Today's learning is dedicated by Nechama Cox, the Refuah Shlema, for Mordechai Velvo ben Esther Fega. To dedicate a date of learning, please send me an email.
Okay, we're on Kilayim Perek Bet, Mishnah Daled. Mishnah Daled in Kilayim Perek Bet. So in our last Mishnah, we talked about the idea of a person had one thing in his field and he wanted to switch. So we talked about the idea that according to the Mishnah, he had to wait 3 days until the seeds are rotted out. They wouldn't rot out, they would seed, and then v'yofach, and then had to turn over the ground. And in addition, he couldn't say since I'm going to plow the ground anyway. First, I'll lay down the second seed. Rather, he had to be hofech v'achar kach zoreah. He had to first turn over the ground with the plow, and then he could plant. So now we're going to talk about a similar case. What happens if I have a field that was planted with seeds, and I know I want to put down a vine. I want to plant grapes. Says the Mishnah, Zru'ah, if it's planted with seeds, v'nimlach linnot'ah, and I want to be notea. Notea, okay, let's just look at the Bartanura. Shaita Zru'ah tvua, it had grain. V'nimlach linnot'ah gfanim, and now I want to plant gfanim. I want to plant vines of grapes. Lo yomar, he can't say, just like we said before, he can't say first I'll put down seed and then I'll turn it over. You can't do the same. Similarly here. Lo yomar eta ve'achar kach ofach, I'll plant my grape seeds and then I'll turn over the ground. Ella hofech ve'achar kach notea. Similarly to what we learned before, you have to first turn over the ground, you plow, and only then can you then plant the second seed. You can plant the vines. Netu'ah v'nimlach lizara. I have a vineyard and I planted with vines, and now I want to plant seeds. I want to plant grain. I want to put down wheat. Lo yomar ezra ve'achar kach asharesh. Similarly, so here it's very interesting. You have to be misharesh. I want to take you back to the pasuk that we looked at. Remember, if we looked at the psukim, it says in a Kilayim hakerem, lo tizra karmecha Kilayim. You will not plant your vine Kilayim. Pen tigdash amalaya asher tizra. Because remember, tigdash will become kodesh, it will become prohibited. So here also, we see this idea that you have to be misharesh. We're much, much more machmir. You have to uproot all of the roots. You have to uproot it. You have to pull out the roots. As opposed to, remember, we had grain, wheat to barley. There's nothing to uproot. You don't have to worry about that. Rather, we were more concerned about mari ta'ayin, about demonstrating, showing that I didn't want the original crop, I want the second one. But here, lo yomar ezra ve'achar kach asharesh. Okay, I'll put down the second seed, the wheat, and then I will uproot and pull out the roots of the vines. Ella misharesh ve'achar kach zoreah. Rather, you have to be misharesh. You have to pull out the seeds. You have to, pull out the roots. I have to uproot all of the vines, and only then can I plant my wheat. Imatzah, if I want to, gomem ad pachot mitefach, I can cut them down all the way until they're less than a tefach from the ground. I really cut it, I shave it almost to the ground. Then zoreah, then I can plant my tvua, I can plant my grain, ve'achar kach misharesh. And then I have to uproot then I can uproot. It really was easier because once you're plowing, I have to plow for the wheat. So it would make sense, since I have to plow anyway, I'd rather do it once. So therefore you're allowed to gomim, okay, means gomamo im hashofi, which means klomar koreit hagefed samuch lakarka. You're really cutting it, you're shaving it down next to the ground. Shelo yishayer gavua min hakarka tefach, that it shouldn't be above a tefach above the ground. Zorea, and then you can plant your seeds, and then you're misharesh. And the reason is because then it's not, the Kati says, then no, it's no longer married ayin. It's not married ayin that I'm planting seeds. People are going to say, he's planting seeds in his vineyard. That's Kilayim hakerem. No, because since I shaved it down to the ground, everybody knows that I'm removing my vineyard and I'm planting wheat instead. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to contact me at rspolter@gmail.com. And we'll dedicate this learning, as always, to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.